Okay, so buckle up, because today we're taking a deep dive into a Reddit saga that had everyone glued to their screens.
Oh, I know the one.
This one's from the Our Best of Redditor Updates, and it's about, well, a woman who finds out about her best friend's affair. But it's so much more than that.
Those can be the best kind of stories.
Right. And with so many updates and comments, we're going to break it all down.
The juiciest bits.
You know it. And hopefully see what, if anything, we can all learn from this whole thing.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
So the original poster, OOP, starts by telling us about her super close friendship with, let's call her Alyssa.
Okay.
They've been close since, like, middle school. Their families are tight, the whole BFF deal.
Sounds pretty picture perfect so far.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets wild. Alyssa decides to confide in OOP about something she definitely shouldn't at affair.
Oh, no.
And not just any affair, it's with her boss, which, come on, that's adding a whole other level of drama to the mix.
For sure.
And get this, she's only telling OOP because she needs a cover story for her husband, Noah.
Oh, no.
She needs OOP to, like, vouch for her while she's supposed to be on this business trip.
Oh, wow.
Which is, of course, not a business trip at all. It's a romantic getaway with the boss man.
Wow. That's bold.
You said it. And from what OOP says, Noah is completely clueless. Just trusts her completely, has no idea what's really going on.
That's rough. It's interesting, though, that she even told her friend at all.
Right. Why even risk it, right?
Exactly. What was the point of telling
Well,
her?
it doesn't sound like guilt or anything like that. It's more like she was bragging about, like, the perks of the affair. Like, OAP mentions that Alyssa was really excited about how her boss was paying for the whole trip.
Oh, okay. So, like, almost rubbing it in a little bit.
Yeah. And a lot of the comments picked up on that, too. Like, one person wrote, the nerve to brag about cheating while also asking for a favor.
Yeah. That's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's like she just doesn't even get how messed up the whole thing is.
Wow. So how did OOP react?
Well, she kicks her out, of course.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Like, she is furious. But Alyssa, instead of, apologizing or, like, showing an ounce of remorse, she just doesn't care.
Wow. She just shrugs it off.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's what really got people talking in the comments, how Alyssa was acting like it was no big deal.
Yeah, I can see why people would be upset about that.
Oh, and it gets even wilder. OOP has security footage of Alyssa admitting to the whole thing.
Security footage, really?
Apparently, she has a security system, and Alyssa just happened to spill the tea right in front of the camera.
Oh, my gosh.
Talk about bad luck, right?
Huh.
So now OOP is like, should I send this to Noah?
No, to expose her.
Yeah. Like, we're talking about dropping a major truth bomb here. Families, friends, even Alyssa's work, where, wouldn't you know it, they have a super strict policy against fraternization.
Oof. Yeah, that's not good.
It's like a train wreck about to happen. And everyone's on the edge of their seats wondering if OOP is going to be the one to derail it.
Right, because on the one hand, it's like, yes, expose her. She deserves it. But on the other hand, do you really want to be the one to do that?
Totally. And the comments were just exploding with people arguing both sides.
So what did OOP decide to do?
Well, before she goes full-on nuclear, she does something kind of surprising.
What's that?
She reaches out to Alyssa one more time.
Before sending the footage to her husband.
Yeah, to give her, like, one last chance to come clean on her own terms.
Wow, that's actually really decent of her. I wouldn't have blamed her for just sending it.
Right. You'd think Alyssa would, like, jump at the chance, but that's not what happens at all.
Really?
What happened?
She basically blows it off again. Like, she still doesn't seem to get how serious this all is.
Wow. Okay, so then what? What happens next?
So OBV and her husband, they talk it over and decide, you know what, we need to tell Noah what's going on.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess someone had to.
Right. But before they do, they give Alyssa a chance to tell him herself.
To, like, do the right thing.
Exactly. And she does, kind of. Kind of. What do you mean?
So Liz, the OOP, shared what Alyssa actually said.
Oh, no. This is going to be bad, isn't it?
Get ready for it. She sits Noah down and tells him, I'm not going on a business trip this week. I'm going on vacation with my boyfriend.
Oh, my God. She just said it like that.
Straight to his face. And the thing is, Noah, he's just such a trusting guy.
Yeah, you said he had no idea.
She really thought she meant to say husband. Like, he was actually excited because they've been talking about that trip to Italy forever,
Oh, no. That is just so cold.
The comments, I mean, people were losing it. Someone said, and I quote, the fact that she had the audacity to just sit there and tell him like that is beyond me.
Totally. You have to wonder, like, how do you even wrap your head around that?
Right. Liz said he was totally blindsided. Went from, like, planning his dream vacation to realizing his wife is, in love with someone else.
Oh, man. Brutal.
It was rough. He was begging her to reconsider, just totally heartbroken.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's just so manipulative, this whole situation.
Totally. And a lot of the commenters were saying that, how it's like a classic abuser tactic.
To make him feel bad, to get the upper hand.
Yeah, exactly. To make him question himself, make him more likely to forgive her, even though what she did was just awful.
And did it work? Did he forgive her?
What do you think?
I have a bad feeling.
You'd think after all that, she would have stayed, tried to fix things at least.
Right.
Nope, she packs her bags and takes off on her little romantic getaway.
Seriously.
No joke. And to make it even worse, she's posting pictures everywhere, all lovey-dovey with her boss.
No. Talk about adding insult to injury.
Right, like zero remorse whatsoever. Someone in the comments said, and this is spot on, I think, this isn't someone who made a mistake and feels bad. This is someone who just doesn't care about anyone but herself.
Oof, yeah, that's rough. And accurate, probably.
And guess what? This is where that security footage comes back in.
Oh, no. She didn't.
Word gets out,
Yeah.
right? People talk.
Yeah, of course.
And suddenly, it's like this whole thing blows up.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Noah's family finds out, and then Alyssa's mom calls Liz, demanding to know what's going on.
Oh, boy. I bet that was a fun conversation.
It was intense.
Mhm.
Liz, she's been holding all this in, and basically just lets loose on Alyssa's mom.
I can't imagine blaming her, honestly. After all that, she's got to let it out somehow.
Right. And the comments were all about it, like, go Liz. Finally, someone's calling these people out.
Calling them out on what, exactly?
Well, Liz basically says that Alyssa's mom has been enabling her behavior for years. Like, always bailing her out, making excuses.
So it's like this whole pattern of not taking responsibility for your actions.
Exactly. And then, hold on, it gets even crazier because during this whole blow-up, Alyssa's mom drops a bomb.
A bomb. Okay, now I have to know. What was it?
Apparently, this wasn't Alyssa's first time cheating.
Really?
Her mom says she did the same thing back in high school when she and Noah first got together.
Oh, wow. So this is like a pattern for her.
Yeah. And get this, Alyssa's mom even caught her with another guy back then, but just, like, dismissed it as teenage stuff.
Oh, no. That is not a good message to send at all.
Tell me about it. Liz was furious.
Hmm.
Said Alyssa's mom should have, put her foot down, taught her that actions have consequences.
It makes you wonder, if she had actually faced some real consequences back then, maybe things would be different now.
Right. But instead, it's like she just learned that she could get away with anything. And now look at where she is.
Oof, yeah. And it sounds like those consequences are about to catch up with her big time because what about her job?
Oh, don't worry, it gets worse.
Worse.
How, remember her little business trip with her boss?
The romantic getaway. How could I forget?
Well, word about their affair, it gets back to the office.
Uh-oh. That is not good.
And their company, they're not messing around. They have this, zero tolerance policy about relationships at work, especially between a boss and, someone they supervise.
Yeah, that makes sense. Those situations can get really messy.
Totally. And in this case, it leads to, well, they both get fired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the company found out, and that was it. Gone out. Apparently, there were already some complaints about them, so it wasn't a huge shock or anything.
So it's like 1 minute you're on this romantic getaway, living it up, and the next, boom, you're unemployed.
Karma's a trip, right.
Yeah.
And get this, to make matters even worse for Alyssa, her boss, the AP, he dumps her right after they get fired.
Oh, no, really?
I know, right?
It's like as soon as things got real, he was out of there.
It's kind of sad, honestly. But anyway, remember how Noah was totally heartbroken, begging her to come back?
Oh, yeah.
Well, get this. He takes her back.
Wait, are you serious? After everything?
No joke. Liz posted an update saying he, welcomed her back, bought her a plane ticket home, even moved her back into their house.
Wow. I don't even know what to say to that.
I know, right? It's tough because some people are like, good for Noah. He's such a good guy for forgiving her.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
kind of see that.
Right. But a lot of people, they were furious.
Yep.
She's just going to walk all over him. She clearly hasn't learned anything.
And I mean, based on, her track record, that's not an unreasonable thing to think, is it?
Totally. And it's not even just about what she did. It's that she never seemed to get how messed up it all was.
True. There was no, taking responsibility for her actions,
Exactly. And poor Liz, right. Where does this leave her?
Right. What happened with her?
Well, she and her husband, They decide to keep their distance from Alyssa. They still talk to Noah, kind of, but yeah, things are definitely different.
I bet.
And to make things even more complicated, Liz mentioned that her and her husband, they're thinking about starting a family.
Oh, wow. So it's like a whole new chapter for them.
For sure. And it just goes to show you, like, relationships are messy.
The messiest.
This whole thing, it was wild, right? What did you think?
Oh, totally wild. It just makes you realize that things are never as simple as they seem.
So true.